Hello everyone, welcome to episode 6 part 3 where we look at the DC New 52 from top to bottom and dish out the good and the bad awards. This is, as I said, the third part, so we're going to be basically looking at the books that I'm going to be picking up and the books that you can expect me to be talking about pretty much on a weekly basis on Wednesdays when comic books come in. So we'll do a quick recap on the not so hot, and then we'll do the ones that I'm picking up for now but are definitely not like my definites, and then finally the definite pile. As you can see, they're actually pretty evenly stacked. So we'll start off with the bad ones. Books that I really don't recommend to anyone. Don't pick these up. It's worth saving yourself the money. First of all, Blue Beetle. Don't pick it up because it's a rehash of the 2006 series or whatever it was. Legion of Superheroes. Don't pick this up because you won't understand it. Hawk and Dove. You'll hate the artwork. Legion Lost. Also, you won't understand it. And correct me, if some of these have gotten better, and if you've read issue 2, feel free to correct me on this and let me know. Maybe I should give it a second try. But as of now, I'm not willing to invest it. So convince me otherwise if you're still reading these. Teen Titans. This one is actually kind of more fence-worthy, but I'm definitely not going to be continuing to pick it up. It was just a little too all over the place, and I'm not enough of a Teen Titans fan to give it another shot. Definitely don't pick up Static Shock. It's annoying and jargony. Savage Hawkman, it just didn't do it for me. This is another one that probably would be fence-worthy, but since I'm not really big on Hawkman, it just didn't appeal to me. Grifter, don't pick it up because there's no reason to at all. It just didn't go anywhere. Batman the Dark Knight, don't pick this up because we don't need them to think that we need more back books. Take a stand. Suicide Squad was just derivative. Red Lanterns was just unfulfilling. Don't pick it up. Deathstroke was one note. You read one issue and you don't need to read more. Firestorm Nuclear Men was just too socially awkward for me. Batwing was derivative Batman in Africa story. And then finally, don't pick up Blackhawks. It's trying to be realistic and failing in every way possible. So those are the don't pickups. Now, these are the maybe ones for me, and there are actually going to be a few titles that just aren't in any pile. But these are the ones that I'm definitely picking up for now, but I could drop it any minute. So first of all, we have Superman. Now, Superman is one of those that I grew up on the Christopher Reeve films, and I feel like Superman should be a staple in that I would always pick it up. But there always comes a point where it just gets so bad I can't keep reading and can't justify spending the money. So that's why this is in the maybe pile. Right now I'm planning on keeping it, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not totally turned off to the new Superman sort of status quo. I have no problem trying something different. I think that the character could use it. So as long as they keep up with that, I'm willing to stay with them for a little while. Another controversial one, Catwoman. This one I am continuing to pick up. It's not on my definite pickups because it's cheesecake, and that's just not really enough, but I'm enjoying it. It's a guilty pleasure. Batman and Robin. This is another one where I'm not willing to commit to it entirely because we have too many Bat books right now, and the other Batman and Robin title was so solid for so long. Starting it over again just kind of seems... it just kind of annoys me, so that's one of the reasons this isn't on like the definite keeps list always. But right now I'm really digging it. I really like the direction he's taking Batman, so for now I'm on board with this one. Justice League is in the maybe pile. What can I say? It should be in the don't read pile, but because of who's working on it, I can't resist. I admit I'm shallow. Okay, Red Hood and the Outlaws. This is a really great book. If you haven't read it, because of what you've heard about it, give it a shot because it's just fun. Just let it be fun. Batgirl's in my maybe pile. This should probably be in my definite pile, but I've never read Batgirl before, and I'm almost afraid I'm going to get too into it, so it's in my maybe pile, but for now I'm definitely picking it up. Supergirl is one that's very fence-worthy. I am enjoying it, but the people who criticize it aren't necessarily wrong, so it's in my maybe pile. Justice League International. I enjoy Booster Gold. I'm not sure what direction he's headed in right now. He's sort of the antithesis of the Booster Gold we know right now. So I'm curious to see where this is going to go. I just don't know about this one yet. So it's in my picking up for now, and we'll see. I actually haven't read the second issue yet, so maybe that'll decide it after this. You'll know if I pick up issue 3 in next week, or maybe it was this week. Anyway. This is in the maybe pile just because I don't have enough money for it, but it would be in my definite pickups if I had all the money in the world. Frankenstein, Agent of Shade is a really good book. I recommend it. Batman Detective Comics. I just don't trust Tony Daniel after his last Batman run, so it's in my maybe pile. Right now it's good. We'll see. Hopefully it continues. Green Arrow, I like the Steve Jobs-ness of it, but I've never... Well, I shouldn't say that. I actually had the Kevin Smith run on Green Arrow, but since then I haven't collected it, so again, if I had all the money in the world, I'd probably pick this up more regularly, but for now, maybe. Green Lantern Corps, I haven't read issue 2 yet, but issue 1 was really, really good. I really like the way they're sort of bringing it back to Earth, but at the same time still keeping it sort of that space opera. I think that that's a balance that the movie failed to find, and I like that they're really pushing it in the books to kind of give it a grounded feel without taking away any of the wonderful, outer space elements that Green Lantern is known for. So this is in my maybe just because I can really only justify picking up one Green Lantern book because it's too much green for the amount of green that I have. So. DC Universe Presents Deadman is in the maybe pile. I really wanted this to be in my definite pile, but the first one was just a little too jargony, so I'm going to give the second issue a try. Haven't read this one yet. Hopefully it's good, otherwise it's going in the not pile, in the pile that just disappeared. Captain Atom, I talked about this one already. I really enjoy Captain Atom, but this new run, I'm just not sure where it's headed, so it's in the maybe pile. Finally, Men of War. This title is one, I have read issue 2 on this one. It's a really good title. If I had all the money in the world, I'd pick this one up. I don't. It's $3.99, so it's in the maybe pile. But I recommend it, so check it out. Okay, so those are the maybe books. Now, the last pile that I've been really excited for is, okay, what am I really going to be picking up from DC? So these are the books that you can expect to be hearing me talk about week to week. I hope you like the picks that I have because I am going to continue to talk about them. If you're not picking these up, I really, really recommend it because they're excellent. The first one, I'm definitely collecting Aquaman. Issues 1 and 2 just blew me away. It's just a lot of fun, so go pick it up. You're not gonna be disappointed. I know you think you are, but you're not. Give it a shot. All-Star Western, a $3.99 book worthy of $3.99. This book so far has not been padded with lots of this and that. I mean, it is solid $3.99 worth of book here. This is what comics should be. I mean, I don't like that comic books are so short now. You know what I mean? And what better book to really use all of its, to be an outlaw and really use its pages than an outlaw book. So this is a lot of fun. If you're not into Westerns, you might still like it, so give it a shot. Justice League Dark. Now this was a title that interested me. I really decided to give it a fair shake, originally based on Ghost Critic's recommendation of it, and man, did he know what he was talking about. Issue 1 was one of my all-time favorite issues of the New 52. I haven't read issue 2 yet. I'm really, really excited to. This book is really, really highly recommended. If you don't believe me, just read the part with Shade and his girlfriend in issue 1. You'll be hooked, trust me. Okay. The Flash. This book is fantastic. I did read issue 2 on this one, and it really didn't disappoint. This new series is going to be really good. They've got a really clear direction, which is something Flash I think hasn't had for a while. And it's not Jeff Johns, which is good. It's good to see that they don't, that someone else at DC really has a vision for these old characters and really has a passion for them, and they're not just sort of relying on the same guy. I mean, Jeff Johns is a great writer, but I don't want to read 10 books by Jeff Johns and have him be the only person who can sort of give these characters new life. So bravo to the creators of this new series. I think that they are going to do a fantastic job. Really excited for that. Batwoman, who hasn't talked about this title? It's amazing. The only downside is it didn't come out months ago. It's just fantastic. And that's not really a downside. I'm glad because if they had come out 6 months ago, then this would be starting over at issue 1 after just 6 issues. And talk about muddying what could be just a fantastic, amazing run of comic books by having it sort of start over halfway through, So I guess I'm glad they left it. You had to wait forever, but the book's amazing. Go check it out. This is a book that definitely is not getting the benefit of the new 52 because it is starting over halfway through. Nevertheless, it's a great book. If you like the way Jeff Johns writes Sinestro, these first few issues will floor you. So go check it out. I'm sure you probably are already. Okay, Demon Knights. This is a book that I got all of these books because I got a special deal on them. So you had to buy all 52 to get the deal. So that's why I got Demon Knights. I didn't know that I was going to love it, and then I read it. This is a fantastic book, and it's one of the more underperforming titles. So go pick it up because we need this to run for a long time. It's a blast. It's medieval Justice League, but at the same time it's not Justice League as much as it's just sort of a questing group. A little Dungeons & Dragons-y, but you know what? It's good fun, so check it out. Superman Action Comics I will definitely be picking up for the foreseeable future. I haven't read issue 2 on this one yet. This one came out a long time ago. I've had it for a while. I've been saving it up. Issue 3's out now. I'll probably read them both together. But I have a lot of faith in Grant Morrison. Even though this is a very different take on Superman, I think it's going to be good. So we'll see. But it's, for now at least, it's in my definite pile. OMAC, I think, was the lowest performing DC New 52 title, which is disappointing because it's definitely one of the best titles. I really, really recommend this to anyone who likes Jack Kirby because it's really just a love letter to him. But at the same time, it's just a lot of fun to read. It doesn't feel like a rip-off book, and I was really afraid it was going to. But the further I get into it, the more I feel like it's just fun, and it's having fun, and you can tell that the creators are having fun with this. I never thought I would really read a book by Dan DiDio because, I mean, he's, editor-in-chief. It's like, well, I'll give myself a book to write. I can do whatever I want. You know what I mean? I didn't think he'd be good. But this is good. Honestly, I think Keith Giffen is a lot of that. But either way, good book. Check it out. Stormwatch I am picking up because I'm sort of slowly collecting the Stormwatch books, and I don't want to miss out on this. Now, this is a title that's definitely good. It has a lot of good scope. I like the dynamic between Stormwatch and the Justice League in this book. I think it's really interesting. Of course, their powers are really cool. I mean, if you didn't read the Wildstorm series, then you're in for a treat because they have great powers. The problem with this book is that, admittedly, I mean, the original series was really criticizing the Justice League type of comic book, and it was really taking that idea seriously and putting it in a real-world situation. Kind of Watchmen-like, but not really. I mean, it's much more satirical, and anyway, long story short, it's impossible for that kind of tone to be had as a DC title, as part of the proper DC universe. So in a way, I mean, Warren Ellis might be quaking at this book, but it's still fun. I like it for what it is. and I'm definitely picking it up. So check it out. You might like it. Batman, everyone should be picking up. This is the best Batman's been in several years, in my opinion. I don't know what else to say. It's just amazing. Check it out. Wonder Woman. This book is surprisingly fantastic. Again, it still is reminding me of Mage. So if you like Mage, check it out. Never thought I would definitely be collecting a Wonder Woman book, but here I am. So check it out. And then the last two, best for last, Animal Man and Swamp Thing. You got to get both these books. I'm not going to tell you anything. Just go check them out because they're amazing. The horror titles, they're both horror titles, and DC really knew what they were doing. And it's great because it reminds me of back when horror used to rule the comic book world before the comic book code. I like that DC, who of the two titles was much more prevalent during that time, kind of is picking up on that history of comic books and really trying to push it to the forefront. They're really learning from what they've done with Vertigo and pushing themselves to do that more in a mainstream way. And I think that's a really good challenge to mainstream audiences to pick that up. So I think that you can't be going wrong with Animal Man and Swamp Thing, not just because they're great books, but for what they kind of stand for in the comic book community. So really digging those. So these are the titles I'm definitely picking up. Was the DC New 52 a success? Well, I mean, of all these titles, the titles I was picking up before the relaunch would have been Batman, Green Lantern. We'll say Batwoman because issue 0 had come out. That's about it. I mean, there were other titles. Obviously, some of them were canceled. But only a few. And look how many more I'm picking up. Now, out of these, to be fair, out of these titles, the titles I definitely would have been picking up if they hadn't been like all new #1s, giving you that good jumping on point. I probably... as I wasn't picking that up. I would have been picking up Stormwatch anyway. And I probably would have been picking up Swamp Man and Animal Thing. Or Swamp Thing and Animal Man probably would have been picking up if this wasn't part of the new DC 52. Not 100% sure. All the rest of these I really just checked out because they came in my big pile, and I... Flash is on the fence one. This one I might have had. We'll give that the benefit of the doubt. So we're talking about 50% more revenue coming in from little old Beardo for DC's New 52. So I would say that's a success. They doubled their money with me. We'll see how long they keep it up. I hope they really continue the quality. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, that almost wraps up our Minutia Minute. We have one more video to come. It is the Minutia Morsel. I will get to that as soon as I can. I hope you've been enjoying this because these have been some long videos, so thanks for sticking through. Be sure to like it if you like it, and comment, and all that fun stuff. And I'll be back with a Minutia Morsel, and then I will be back probably right away with episode 7, which will be my Wednesday comics that I picked up today for new titles. New titles, finally. After all this time, I'm not talking about back issues. We're finally going to talk about what's new in the comic book world. So I'm excited for that. I hope you are too, and I'll see everybody soon. Bye.